So guess who's back making another video that she's passionate on? Me. Because, I'm sorry, do you see anyone else in this room? Yeah, it's me. Hi everybody, I hope all of you are doing well. If you are familiar with my channel, I'm sure by now you know that I'm very passionate about animal rights, as it's something that I've discussed on here multiple times. I've been vegetarian since birth, I shop cruelty-free, and I don't participate in anything that has to do with the abuse of animals. Animal rights as a whole is a very umbrella term, so you can get very specific about certain topics. Today, specifically, I want to focus on adopt, don't shop, making sure that you're not supporting puppy mills and breeders, all of that negative stuff. I'm actually doing a project on this right now in my public speaking class, and I was just getting so riled up while doing my research, and I was like, I should channel all of this into a YouTube video because I think it's worth putting it out here as well as in my classroom. There are just so many people talking about getting a puppy, getting a kitten, posting it online, this perfectly purebred, picturesque animal, and they show it around like a little show pony. You don't really know how they're treated or where this animal came from, if it's ethically sourced or not. But at what point does having a pet become an aesthetic? In general, I've always found the idea of having a favorite breed of animal kind of weird, because it's like, it's almost saying like that you don't find other ones cute. I know that that's kind of jumping to extremes, but that's how it's coming across. I have always found that all animals are cute, and I don't necessarily rank one above the other. But there are certain people out there that are like, I will only get this specific type of animal. I think this is the cutest type of animal, and that's it. But there's so many other animals out there that need a home. If you're getting an animal from a breeder, their only intent is to make a profit. And if you're not supporting them, they're going to inevitably close their business. They're cranking out animals as fast as they can, having dogs breed over and over again to the point where they're having extreme health issues and passing down genetic mutations. I would know because I have a rescued purebred Persian. This cat has a heart murmur, arthritis. She's also just very small. She can't walk properly. She can't jump. She can't meow. This is a prime example of what happens when you're not prioritizing animal health. It's hard to watch this animal in so much pain knowing the reasoning behind it. On top of all of this, there are people out there that travel across the country to go and search for this specific breed, and they're paying thousands upon thousands of dollars just so they can get that look that they want. But in every city, every county, at least every state, even if you live in the middle of nowhere, there are animal shelters that have plenty of pets that need your help, that need homes, that need support. The main function of an animal shelter is to get a pet a home. That is it. They're not like, let me try to make as much money as possible. No, the birth rate for cats and dogs is through the roof. It's super high. Their population is overpopulated. As morbid as it is, the reason that kill shelters are in place is because they do not have enough space to house all these animals. But if you were to go to a shelter and adopt one, there's another space for an animal that needs it, as opposed to just staying in there and eventually dying. I see this argument of like, oh, shelter animals, they're wild, they're feral. I could never have a shelter animal. They're so unpredictable. And to that I say, have you ever been to an animal shelter? Because it doesn't sound like you have. Animal shelters have all kinds of animals with previous stories. Some are strays and abandoned. Sure, those might need a little bit more care, but you also have animals that were in a home where it didn't work out, or had owners that passed away, or they're just trained. It doesn't have to be this big scary ordeal. And if you're still one of those people that are looking for a very specific breed, it is possible that you can find one in a shelter because of rehoming. One of my favorite things when comparing breeders to shelters, though, is shelters are going to give you all of the known information about the animal before handing it off to you. If there is health problems, neurological problems, where they were found, how many years approximately they are. Again, with a breeder, there you go. You signed the papers, you paid me, there's your animal, goodbye. And that is what is most important when picking out a pet. Not how they look, how they're going to interact with you in a day-to-day life. Is your household going to be the best fit for this animal? And oftentimes shelters are going to act as a form of pet care if they don't have an owner. They're going to vaccinate them, spay and neuter them, give them a bath, take care of them, because they don't have those right now. I'm just sick of the excuses. I don't know why people are still doing this. I don't understand. I feel like I and a million other people out there have been spreading this narrative for years and years, but people keep ignoring it just so they can get the perfect little animal. One of the biggest excuses, and oftentimes they think they won with this one, is, oh, I need a hyperallergenic animal that's still thousands of dollars, and yeah, I need this. It's from a puppy mill, but you know, my health. Listen, I myself am not allergic to a cat or a dog. I don't know what that is like, but what I do know is an allergy is not one size fits all. Even the American Kennel Club, which I will say is problematic in terms of putting beauty standards on animals, but they say that it's not necessarily dog fur that causes an allergy. It can be dandruff from the animal, it can be saliva. All of those are additional factors. So just because you have an animal that doesn't shed doesn't necessarily cause the issue. But even still, if you do need a hyperallergenic animal, you can find one at a shelter. It's that simple. I know that I get really riled up about this stuff, and I will admit it makes me very disappointed when I see friends or family members purchase an animal instead of going to the shelter. It's not my job to attack you. I'm always gonna have my opinion and you're always gonna have yours. I can only hope that you listen to me and listen to the facts that I've been telling you. At the end of the day, it still is your choice. I can only hope that you make a good one on the behalf of an animal. And I do want to make this clear as well. I have no hatred towards actual animals themselves who are purebred. I love all animals. I've said that at the beginning of this video and I'm saying it again. If a purebred puppy were to come in my lap, I would snuggle that thing to death. But I'll probably be a little sad knowing that it came from a puppy mill, not ideal conditions, but the only thing I can do now is love this animal like I do with my cat. So if any of you out there are looking for a pet right now or know someone who is, make sure you tell them, adopt, don't shop. It really is that simple. There's plenty of resources, there's plenty of things that you can do to help animals and stop exploiting them. And it would just really make me happy if breeding animals for a profit was a thing of the past. Thank you for watching this video and hearing me get a little bit more riled up. I don't typically do that, but it is important for me to voice my opinion because it's something that means a lot to me. You can subscribe to see more videos that I make in the future, whether they pertain to my love of animal rights or they don't, but I think that undertone of animal rights is always going to be in all of my videos. And if you did watch this whole video, comment down below your pet's name. I'm curious. Thank you again. I will see you all next time and have a magical day.